Yes, we do want it all. The annual Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas is a magnet for tech heads of all kinds. This week, the world's top technology companies unveiled their coolest new products, from virtual reality and smart home gadgets to electric cars and wearable electronics. The show got Wired magazine's full attention. And here to tell us about this year's themes and some of the biggest surprises is Wired editor-at-large Jason Tanz. Jason, good morning.
Good morning.
It looked like there was some really cool car stuff at this show.
Yeah. I mean, we've all been waiting for the tech industry to sort of get its hooks into the automotive industry for a long time. And over the last couple of years, that's really happened. And you could see it at this year's CES in particular. What's really interesting is that Chevy unveiled its new Bolt car. Despite the fact that the Detroit Auto Show is next week, they made their big announcement at CES. And it's pretty exciting. The deal with the Bolt is everybody's been waiting for a car that costs less than $30,000 and that can go 200 miles between charges. This is an all-electric vehicle.
Right.
The Volt can't do that. The Tesla costs more than that. There's been a race to get to these sort of markers, and the Bolt looks to be the first one to do it.
That's a huge step.
There are two other cars on your list, the Faraday Future and the Lyft by GM.
Yeah, so I'm going to start with the GM and Lyft, actually. They announced a partnership. Lyft, as you guys might know, is sort of like Uber. It's a ride-sharing service. You hail cars like taxis. GM partnered with Lyft to announce that they're going to develop a fleet of self-driving cars that people don't own, but they can sort of beckon to them through an app. And what's interesting about that is not just, of course, that GM is getting into self-driving cars or that they're partnering with a company like Lyft, but it's sort of this new model for car ownership. You don't need to own your self-driving car. And maybe this is what that looks like.
A very millennial attitude, by the way.
Absolutely, yeah, that's right. And Faraday Future is actually another company that's developing something similar. They've been this kind of secretive company that's raised a ton of funding from a Chinese funder, and they unveiled their concept car, which was this kind of bonkers car called the FF01. It is also all electric. It's a concept car. Like, I don't think we're going to see these things on the road. You can see it there. It looks a little nuts. But
I want one.
They've got 4 engines, one behind each tire. It's like insane. But their model is also one where you pay a subscription fee and you get a car delivered to you.
So he wants to hear about the car stuff. I want to hear about the home stuff, because some of the stuff is like the washer and dryer. It seems like it could be life-changing.
Yeah. So we've been hearing about the connected home forever. I mean, I went to my first CES like 15 years ago when they were talking about the connected home. And what's interesting now is, instead of these big platforms, what you're starting to see are actual just sort of individual devices that are a little bit more modest about what their connectivity is. So there is a new washer dryer called Marathon. It's an all-in-one washer dryer. There are a few of those out there already. What's interesting is that it does have connectivity in it. It is smart. It has things like a camera in it. It has a way of, an app that's associated with it. But it doesn't give a hard sell on the connectivity. That's sort of almost a Trojan horse to see where connectivity goes, and they'll be able to add that as it goes.
Right.
So you're not paying extra for some huge big Internet of Things play. You're buying a great washer dryer for a pretty good price that then has this sort of growth potential.
All right, well, you get
to
him
it.
the car and get me the washer and dryer. Jason Tanz, thank you so much.
Thank you.